Hey, welcome to the CK Effect. I'm Celeste, or you can call me CK, and this is my very first episode, Swipe Right, Think Twice. This podcast is all about real, unfiltered conversations, dating, relationships, work, friendships, marriage, and all the unpredictable chaos in between. Because, let's be real, life doesn't come with a manual, and neither does love. We all have those moments where we sit back and think, oh boy, what did I just get myself into? I know I definitely have. And if you're listening right now while swiping through Tinder, Hinge, or Bumble, first of all, hi and welcome. And secondly, just pause for a second, take a deep breath, because today we're going to rethink how we approach dating. And it might just save you from another awkward first date that ends with you texting your friend. SOS, call me with an emergency, and make it quick. So let's start with something we've all been guilty of at some point. Expectations. The unrealistic checklist. I bet you're all sitting there thinking, yep, I know exactly what she's talking about. We all have one. If you've ever had a dating checklist, you know exactly what I mean. That perfect person you envision, the one who ticks all the boxes before you've even met them. I'm going to talk about mine. It was so specific. Tall, dark hair, blue eyes, tattoos, fast cars, all the things, the images of looking for that perfect guy. Basically, I was out there looking for a guy who was part of Fast and Furious, part Vikings, and maybe just a sprinkle of bad decisions. And you know what? I ended up dating those guys. And while they looked the part, something was always missing. Like, yeah, sure, he definitely had a sleeve of tattoos, drove a fast car, but he also had the emotional depth of a teaspoon. And then there were the ones who wanted a serious relationship, but disappeared faster than my motivation when I wanted to go to the gym. They were the ones that could tell you everything. One guy, when I think about it, told me, I'm looking for my future wife. And he basically had his wedding planned out. He was so deep into the whole forever talk. But then poof, ghosted me, mid-conversation. Like, come on. Did you get married in the last 5 minutes or what? But let's be fair. It's not just the guys. Girls do it too. Ever met someone who seems perfect, but the moment things start to get real, they disappear? People say they want commitment, but sometimes they don't even know what that means. So let's get real. How many of us are chasing an idea rather than an actual connection? I want you to take a second and let's try this little exercise for 1 minute. Imagine you're blind. You can't see the height, the hair color, the tattoos, the expensive watch, or even the six-pack. None of that matters. Ask yourself, how would you know if you're truly attracted to someone? Because let's be real, we age, the tall, they shrink, the tattoos, they fade, the rich, they can go broke. If your entire dating strategy is based on looks and status, what happens when those things change? Really think about it. I want you to focus and try and focus on what actually lasts. Does that person make you laugh when you're having the worst day? Do they listen, not just hear you, but truly listen? Do they respect your opinions even when they don't agree? Do they support your dreams instead of feeling threatened by them? Do they make you feel safe emotionally and physically? These are the things that don't disappear with age. Because let's be honest, attraction is great. But you know what's sexier? Loyalty and emotional intelligence. Someone who actually shows up for you when it matters the most. And there are plenty of moments in life where you just need that person to be there for you. So next time you're about to swipe left because someone isn't 6'2" or doesn't have a jawline carved by the gods, pause. What if they're actually the person who would hold your hand when life gets tough? What if they're the one who sees you in a way no one else ever has? That's the kind of attraction that doesn't fade. If I look back at mine, Gordon Ramsay would roast my dating life. He would judge my past dating choices and be like, this relationship is raw. This man is overcooked, way too much drama. You call this a love life? This is disaster. And I wouldn't disagree with him. He would be so right. I was basically collecting Pokemon cards, like they were being given out at Kohl's after you check out from your shopping, thinking, ooh, this one has potential. No, that's a toxic trait, not potential. I want to take a second and just go back, rewind back to 2016. I was in a 10-year relationship that I thought was forever. I had built a whole life around this person, convinced we were going to grow old together. And yet comes a spoiler alert, we didn't. And the wild part? I wasn't even heartbroken when it ended. I had gotten comfortable, but somewhere along the way, we had drifted apart. And that can happen, but takes a while to realize this. I didn't even know who I was anymore. I just felt like it was this hamster on the wheel, just going day in, day out. So when we split up, you know what I did? I threw myself into dating like it was my full-time job. And boy, oh boy, did I date. Try full-time work and dating at the same time. It keeps you busy. My friends joke that I had a database, but I call it research and networking. I treated dating like a science experiment. I wanted to know what I liked and what I didn't. But most importantly, I wanted to know who the hell I actually was outside of a relationship. I needed to find me again. And that's when everything changed. I met this guy who was nothing like my dating list. And I mean nothing. No tattoos, no fast cars, not even dark hair. But he was everything I needed. Kind, patient, funny, and someone who actually listened, not just waiting for his turn to talk. While we were catching up, we both agreed we didn't want anything serious. We were not going to fall into a relationship. We were just going to be friends. I mean, everyone's busy, right? You don't want to kind of go through the same horrible relationships that we've had before. Well, for us, that only lasted 5 minutes. Because when something is real, you can't fight it. Now that guy, today, he's my husband. And every time we tell our story, he loves to joke. I'm definitely not what CK wanted. And he's not wrong. But here's the thing. Attraction is great. Chemistry is amazing. But if you're only looking at the packaging, you're actually going to miss out on the best thing inside. So next time you're swiping, take a second. Read their profile. Ask real questions. Give someone a shot behind their selfies. Love isn't about ticking boxes. It's about finding someone who makes you laugh when your Wi-Fi goes out, knows your coffee order, and still likes you when you're hangry. And trust me, those are the things that matter. Remember, no one is perfect. We all have some baggage, some flaws, some things we're working on. But instead of chasing perfection, maybe it's time to look deeper at ourselves and what we really want and at what actually makes love last. So, I hope you enjoyed that. But that's all for today's episode. But next time, we will chat about once you match, what happens next. How do you go from a good chat to an actual date without the awkward small talk? What are the biggest first mistakes and how do you avoid them? Make sure you follow, hit the subscribe button, don't miss out. And if you've enjoyed this, leave a review, send it to a friend or family member looking for love. Or send me a DM and let me know your funniest dating app stories. I'd love to read those. And just remember, everyone's experience is different. Yours could be different to mine. All I'm saying is, just think a little bit deeper. Until next time, happy swiping, but think twice.